For today's video, I want to just talk to you about acne facials. Kind of the difference between a regular facial and an acne facial, and kind of talk you through the professional acne facial that I got, as well as some of the products that I picked up, and really give you the lowdown. So what is a facial versus an acne facial, etc. The facial is, as we probably know, a way to get your skin cleaned or pampered. It's someone who does a deep cleaning, and you can add on things like a mask or a special treatment. Now, how is an acne facial different? For some spas and salons, an acne facial is just literally, a facial with acne fighting ingredients or acne fighting products. But I actually went to M Spa. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and there is a place in Concord, Dr. Mariotti. He has a spa called the M Spa, and he has an esthetician there named Trish, who I totally picked the brains of. You know how you're supposed to like relax during a facial and like get your face massaged? I was like sitting there asking like the 50,000 questions game. But their acne facial is actually much different and much more medical because it is at a doctor's office and it's in Concord. An acne facial is different than just a regular facial, and it is different than just a facial with acne fighting products. So I want to kind of take you through the steps, take you through the process, and tell you a little bit about it. I have blackheads, I have whiteheads, I have scarring, and I have amelia. And she was actually able to work with all of it. And so what happened first, I actually got like a back treatment. You can add things on, like I said. This was actually from Fit de Mer, which is a French line, and they actually have an acne skincare line, which I actually ended up bringing some products home, and that's actually what she used to clarify my skin. But started with the back mask, next you go into cleansing. So just like a regular facial, you want to make sure that your face is clean, and your esthetician will do that for you. Now, if you have a fear of like having your face touched and stuff, be careful, and just make sure that you voice that if there's a certain area you don't like touched. But first thing that Trish, my esthetician for the day, did was double cleanse my skin. And she did have a couple different acne lines in the office, but we ended up using this one called Fit de Mer. She's been using it for 25 out of 30 years that she has been in the esthetician business. You know, something I voiced to her is that I have acne skin. I'm very, very scared about what I put on my skin. I want to make sure it's good, and I like things a little bit more natural. These are all made in France, and the entire line is actually formulated off of not sea minerals, sea minerals and actually seaweed and kelp extracts. So they have a lot of phytonutrients and a lot of concentrated minerals that are put into their product, and because they're naturally derived, they're better for your skin. Yet at the same time, they have the power of a chemical, So she really recommended these to me. I actually ended up, at home with them because I want to continue my skincare routine with this. I've been using natural products recently. You can check it out in my last skincare video, and I haven't really been using anything that's focused on acne. So I did pick these up. But she assured me that they do a lot of clinical testing to make sure they're safe for your skin. And what's amazing about this particular acne facial is because of the products she used and because of her technique, everything was very sensory. So like the mask that she put on my back, it's a deep mud mask from Fit de Mer from France, and it like tingles and actually bubbles on your back throughout the facial, which is very relaxing. And then again, it's putting those minerals into your spine, into your central nervous spinal fluid, which is amazing. The cleansers are nice jelly, but very, very soft. The scrubs definitely have a texture. The mask was actually my favorite. The mask actually heats up, but I'll get to that in a second. So we started off the facial with the cleanse. Started off with the Soufflé Marin. This is a gentle foaming cream. It smells extremely fresh. Now this one didn't heat up or anything, but it actually did kind of fuzz up and bubble, and you can kind of feel the bubbles on your skin. It wasn't like the back, but it was still just very relaxing, very sensory. And she did a double cleanse on me. She kind of took a look at my skin, noticed where my problem areas was, and applied a toner. As we know, a toner is used in regular facials, but she actually applied it a little bit differently, and instead of wiping like most facialists do, she actually pressed it into my skin. And the toner kind of, cleanses out the pores and all that stuff. From there, she applied another cleanser to do the massage. In a regular facial or even a regular acne facial, they might massage with like a acne moisturizer, but she actually used a cleansing cream. This is the Velvet Cleansing Cream, the Douce Visage, and it's very, very gelatinous. So you can kind of feel it. It's not as fuzzy or foamy as the first one. But this ensures that while she's doing the facial, it's actually very cleansing. The way that an acne facial is cleansed is different than a regular facial. She focused first on the lymph nodes, which means that you kind of drain any inflammation and, kind of get everything moving throughout the body. And then she actually used almost like a Swedish patting motion that was a little bit slappy. That adds blood flow to the skin so that the skin is more prone to heal, especially if you have scarring, scabbing, acne. It's a lot more important than if you have wrinkles or anything like that. Once she did that, use the hot towel, take it off, added a little bit of a serum, and then she started going in with exfoliators. Now, she used 2 exfoliators on me just because my skin needs it. For acne, generally you want a little bit more exfoliation at a facial. She used one that I did not get, and then she used an enzyme one, which I did. The one that she didn't was actually very grainy but very smooth. It was almost like sand, but then as it works into your skin, it kind of turns into like an oil or a much more liquidy consistency. So she did that as a physical exfoliant and focused on the areas that I get the oiliest to prevent that oil from happening. And then she ended up using this, the Peel Vegetal, which is an enzyme, a natural enzyme exfoliator. And this uses enzymes on a cellular level to break down debris and break down those top layers of skin. And I absolutely loved this. It was a little bit tingly, which I loved that sensory experience. But after that, it was time to tackle blackheads and blemishes. Now, at a regular acne facial, they may cleanse and do all that stuff, but then they're going to sit there and poke and prod at your skin. This was very, very different. She treated the blackheads differently than the whiteheads, differently than the mealy. She used a very interesting technique for whiteheads. Now, for most people, whiteheads you kind of scoop and pull up. For her, she didn't use a lancet or didn't use a tool, but actually used her fingers and created like this wiggle motion. It was almost like a dance on the skin. So it was a massage, but it was getting these things out one by one. And then for blackheads, they're normally very painful for me. You squeeze and they come out. Here, again, it was almost like this dancing motion, and they came out perfectly. And they came out at the end without any blood, yet the entire pore was drained, which was amazing. I was really happy to hear that my nose is not that bad, but I definitely have some melia up here that I need to take care of. I think it's cosmetic related. And she actually made the assumption that things were getting trapped underneath my skin, oil, which was why I was getting this melia. So that is another reason that I picked up this line, is because this does help with that oil trapped under the skin. Maybe my current skincare routine just wasn't doing the trick because I was having this oil trapped under my skin. But once she does that, she cleanses again. Even with other acne facials, that doesn't always happen, but you do that double cleansing again just to make sure that you remove any of the gunk that you just extracted from your face. And next, it's time for a mask. This mask is amazing. This is the Olgapur Oligopler. That's not actually how you pronounce it. It's French, and I know it's Fidame, and it's the Shine Control Purifying Mask, but it's Oligopur, something totally French that I cannot pronounce. This mask is fantastic, and I'm just going to show you a little bit of it. Again, this has this deep sea kelp and seaweed extract, and this just smooths onto the skin so nicely. So she applied this. You can actually use this as a regular mattifying cream and things like that. But she applied this to the skin, and then she applied an anti-aging acne mask. Now that's only available at the salon, whereas that's why I took this home, because I loved it. But she applied this film or this layer to my skin and then painted on this white paste that was almost like, it wasn't like a mask that hardens up and cracks off. It almost hardened up into like a plasticky consistency. And because this was underneath it, it totally penetrated the skin really well. And this was like an acne. It's only available in the salon, so I would highly recommend checking it out. But it was almost like feeling like I had this rubbery mask on my skin as it dried. And then once it's done, you peel off this little thing of, this little sheet that's on the skin, and it takes off everything with it. And because this was on underneath, it penetrates super well. Now there are options that you can add, such as light therapy and LED and stuff like that. I personally didn't do that, but I may do that in the future because she definitely knows what she's doing. But the very last thing that she applied was the blemish targeting gel. Now this made sure that my face would stay oil-free and completely acne-free for as long as physically possible. She also applied a daily anti-matte, which I did not end up getting, but the daily anti-matte was just to help be mattified over the top of this. So this is the blemish targeting gel. It has salicylic acid and again these amazing phytochemicals from the ocean that layers over your skin. It feels super natural, soaks in, and then over the top of that she did put this anti-blemish thing. And once you get a facial, whether it's an acne facial or a regular facial, you shouldn't be putting on makeup for the rest of the day. So I did go home, I had a chill day, read up on a bunch of these products, was really excited to try them. That's kind of the way an acne facial works, and that's the way that my personal experience was. Now, like I said, I've had acne facials where it's like a regular facial but with acne products, but an acne facial is much different, and it's different because of the massage movements, it's different because of the extraction process, it is different because of the products, but also a regular facial, you cleanse, you tone, you massage, maybe you'll do a mask and then you put a moisturizer on. But this had more of a penetrating mask, this extraction was different, you do multiple cleansing layers, you do multiple levels of exfoliation, really to make sure that the skin is hydrated and blemish-free and bacteria-free on all levels of the skin. And the great thing about these products in particular that she was saying is that these do penetrate the dermis, which means all of those little layers in the skin, it goes all the way down. But yeah, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. There is 20% off of this. That's why I ended up getting so many products, but it's Spa Skin 20, and you get, I'll leave the link in the bottom tab for you guys. You do get free samples with every order. If you guys are in the San Francisco Bay Area, I don't think a lot of people are, but if you are, it's M Spa in Concord. It's in, you know, it's actually in the same medical building where I got the scan and found out that I have only one kidney and 2 other things. Can you believe that? I was like, oh, I know this office really well. And Dr. Mariotti is a plastic surgeon. I don't do plastic surgery, but it was a great experience at the spa, is the skincare thing. Just so you can go online and look at the brochure to see how an acne facial is different from a regular facial or an anti-aging facial, etc. But I love you guys. I hope that this video was informative. Next time you go get a facial, be sure to check out the menu and even ask the esthetician just to make sure that you have specific questions. If your esthetician is going to do a regular facial, but with acne products, you can even ask him or her to add those extra steps of cleansing or to add an extra penetrating mask or extra exfoliation, etc. If you guys have any other questions, leave those in the comments too. But I love you guys, I hope this helped, and I cannot wait to talk to you all in the next video. Love you guys, bye!